going on, family? Really quick. There's no perfect relationship. Let's get this fascination out of our mind, like the relationship that we want and the way that we want to build it. There's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. But you're going to go through hard times. You're going to go through rough patches. The problem with a lot of us is that we don't understand how to adjust to what we're dealing with. And that adjustment takes time. We want an overnight success. We want to use the excuse of our past marriage, our past relationships. We want to continue to compare the person that we're with to everybody else's husband or everybody else's wife or everybody else's girlfriend or boyfriend. These are the things that we do. In other words, two cannot walk together unless they agree. And we cannot build a kingdom if we're always fighting over the blueprint of how it should be built based off of everybody else's standards. And it's not until we're able to agree and sit down and reason, until you're able to understand that today's relationships and the things that we're dealing with, yes, our parents and our grandparents dealt with it. They did. But even within dealing with what we're dealing with, we still have to be able to embrace the storms of life, the difficulties, the hard times. And if you're willing to do that, I promise you, you'll make it. There is no secret to success. There's no secret to a successful marriage. There is no secret to success, anything. Hard work, dedication, and working together and teamwork is what's really going to make it happen. You know, you'll always have one person always putting in more in the relationship or the marriage than the other person. You always have one person that seems like they're always in their feelings, or they're always mad, or they're always upset. But until we're able to sit down, until we're able to just be honest with ourselves and just talk about the issues that we have, it's not that hard. We make things harder than what they should because we don't know how to approach, we don't know how to deal with things. The very first thing that we do is that we try to suppress what we're dealing with and thinking that suppressing is going to make things better. No, it's going to confuse you. It's going to confuse the person that you're with, because no longer are you talking, no longer are you communicating, no longer are you able to really open up. Communication is the foundation for your relationship. As much as we want to put everything else ahead of our marriage and our relationship, if we're in one, it's not going to work out. Here's the key, you all. If you put your job, if you put money, and it's sad to say, even if you put success over your marriage and your relationship, then something is going to go lacking. The hardest thing for any marriage or any couple to deal with is balance. And you have to learn how to balance your time, your energy, your prayer life, your dedication, your communication with the person that you're involved with. And we have not mastered that yet. And I'm not saying you're going to completely master it, but you have to have some kind of blueprint or understanding of what you all are really trying to accomplish between each other. And if you do this, believe it or not, you will have a greater success rate than what everybody else is giving you time and proof of. But until we're able to be honest with ourselves and really just talk about these issues and just be able to just talk about things that we're dealing with, I don't think it's that hard to talk about things. I think that we make it much more harder than what we really should. We try to categorize, our feelings, and our feelings are all over the place. And, the first thing we do, we talk about how mad we are and how upset we are. But even though we're mad and upset, we still don't even know how to address this situation because we don't know where to start. And what happens? Everything just continues to build and build and build. So first things first, stop comparing them to your ex. Stop comparing them to every situation that you've been through in every relationship. They're not your ex, and they're not a part of your past relationships. You have to be able to move past the trauma and the things that you have been through individually. And the thing about it is that sometimes, even though you move past it, you're going to be reliving some things because you're going to be going through some similarities of things that you have been through. And that's cool. We all have been there. But stop trying to put them in the same category as everybody else. You know, we think and we live for happiness. There's nothing wrong with being happy. But I can tell you this right now, everybody that's listening to this video right now, half of you all are upset with the person that you're involved with. You're mad right now. And you're trying to find a way to get over that anger. And you're trying to find a place of happiness. And that's cool. But you're not always going to be happy. You know, and I know you all are saying, well, I'm much more upset, more than I was happy. And we done been together 3 and 4 years. And, you know, it just seems like every time you turn around, you know, there can't be 1 week where there's nothing that erupts or there's nothing that's wrong. Here's the issue, you all. We're still growing. We're still developing. We all have issues. We all have things that we're constantly dealing with. But at some point, you have to just learn how to mellow things down and be able to talk and reason and talk things out. And I know that's not everybody's way of doing things. Some people, they lash out. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to talk about certain things. But the person that you're with, they're the most patient person in the world, and they're willing to work with you. And anytime you have someone that's willing to work with you and build with you, I promise you, you have something that's golden. Because nowadays, men and women, they do not want to communicate. They want everything to be done on their terms. They want to be right about everything, and they want to constantly talk about the reason why they're upset or the reason why they're mad. So the building blocks to a successful relationship, it's not an overnight success, but it's he that actually makes it to the very end. If you all are able to love, if you're able to communicate, if you're able to endure the storms, if you're able to go through the ups and downs, I promise you, you all will make it. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you love that person, be patient with them, you will stand firm with them, you'll pray for them, pray with them, and you'll be dedicated to them. A lot of couples are not willing to do that nowadays, but let's just say this, just take one day at a time, all right? Last but not least, always remember there's a moment in your life, God is bigger in this moment, and that's the reason why we got to continue to press. Have a blessed and wonderful day.